You don't
miss what?
The combine.
Man, nobody care. Yeah. Look, bro, I'm not necessarily I ain't watched a whole lot of the combine stuff. But shout out to all the guys that's going. All the guys that got the opportunity to go and, further your career, put on for yourself, up your stock. Go ahead and show out for yourself. It's a process. I will say that.
For sure.
Just go ahead. I mean, shit, it's a long few days. A lot packed into the few days. I tell you that. Shit.
What if you got to go to the hospital, like the doctor? If you coming off an injury, bro, they're gonna have. First of all, you're gonna be up at like 3:30 for a piss test.
Nah, yeah. The whole day super long.
It's
bro.
a long.
I mean, it's.
Yeah, that's why he keep making that noise.
It's not a fond memory of mine. You get some cool gear, they throw some gear in your face.
Yeah.
All right.
But then after it's just like, damn, bro. I
know this y'all have talked about the doctor visits before and all that. Talked about it.
Look, sweet, I'm gonna tell you this. I
just want to hear what we got to go through. That's what I want to hear. Like, what is this?
It's the same thing. You get poke prodded. If you have surgeries, X-rays, MRI, like
it's a 4-day event, bro. It's a convention nonstop. Yep. And so I'm gonna tell you this, and this is a big depiction of it. Or I don't know if it's changed, but I would doubt it. When I went, when you pull up, bro, you get to the airport. They pick you up, they drop you off, and you walk inside. Sweet, you don't even get a bite of food first. And you filling out fucking paperwork, and then they send you to the hospiel. I ain't even ate yet, bro. Yeah. Damn.
You don't even check in your room.
Damn.
You go straight. Yeah, you can check in later.
Damn, I'm going to the hospital. Damn.
And
Can I get
We got to look at it.
And you can spend all day at the hospital. You can spend your whole first day at the hospital, too.
Get back to the room, 10 o'clock.
Man.
Got to wake up at 4.
Yep.
Fuck. All right, but yeah, bro, the combine coming up. It's opportunity.
Yeah,
but it's not what it's not what folks thinks it is.
Yeah,
but
it's not the production people think it is because the way they make it.
Yeah, the way they dress it up, it's a lot.
It's so much more. It's so much more to it than what they show.
You ain't got 10 seconds to call your mom.
No,
so if you are,
that's real.
If you are a top draft pick, we see what's going on with Caleb Williams right now, opting not to throw.
Caleb and Jaden, bro.
How y'all feeling about that? I mean, is that something cool? Are y'all with it?
It happens.
They could look. I at this point, bro. When folks get to the draft process for college, when kids get there. And after they declare and if they get an agent or whatever, once they start they training, to the time that they about to get drafted, bro, that's a grown man. And that's on him. I can't be mad at him for what he wants to do with his journey, how he wants to write his story. If he wants to, I didn't work out. I didn't do the weight. The bench at the fucking combine and that shit.
You didn't do that?
Hell no.
225. See how many you can do?
For what?
How many times did you get it, King? 225. How many times
combine, I did like 21, 22, but I was coming off an injury myself too. I busted my ankle up. So that's why I had a hot 3rd-degree high ankle sprain at bowl practice before our bowl games. I was fresh. I had maybe been out of boot maybe 3-4 weeks before I even got to the combine.
No, look, they found
you was at the hospital all day then.
Yeah, I spent my first 2 days at the hospital.
Look, I was at the hospital the first day, and then they was trying to decide if I was gonna work out because in the X-ray they had found a little crack in my foot. I ran fast, performed well on a broken foot, technically.
Okay,
so niggas be
they go over you with a fine tooth comb too. You get poked and prodded from head to toe. You seeing team doctors, they gonna find whatever it is you got wrong or you done had happen.
Yeah,
they already know.
Yeah,
that's my thing. That's why I don't get it. We done had whatever X-ray stuff we had in college. They got copies of it. They know everything already, but they still want to. But they said,
let me see how it's progressed. Nah, facts. Yeah, it's a long process, but I ain't mad at them for I'm gonna just do it at the pro day because I'm sure it might not be like the process of what goes on there that influence what they decision to not throw, but just knowing that, all right, well, there's no need in me having to do all this extra stuff. I'm just gonna, be comfortable at the crib. I don't necessarily have to do all that extra ass work. I already produced and did all this. Y'all don't need to see all this extra ass shit.
Right. So you don't think it's one of them things to where I'm just throwing it out there. It ain't no thing to where it's like, all right, bro, I don't want to get out there and fuck up.
No, because
Because I already got my tape, my film and shit. It's like, look, y'all know what you can get.
Listen. If
has that happened though? Like when somebody get out there and like, oh shit.
Yeah,
I guess it
draft stock
has.
have fallen at the combine.
It has.
It happens.
It has. But like, I mean, shit. Top pick like that. I mean, yeah. If you're gonna work out at your pro day anyway,
right.
There's no need in necessarily doing it twice because I didn't do my pro day because I found that injury at the combine. So I was, in recovery, and once the pro day came around, I'm just walking around in slides type shit. Like what they going. So it's they in essence they combine and pro day experience is just flip flop from mine.
Oh, okay.
And sometimes some people's pro day is like close to the combine too. Like I think that's a lot of times a lot of guys don't do that too because like you had a combine and then like somebody's pro day they have probably a pro day maybe like a week
and a half.
Yeah, like week and a half later.
Yeah, no, the schedule with the pro days is a little different. I know like usually I want to say usually LSU has one of the later ones.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I mean it's a cool time for the guys.
Right.
March 27th. Okay, so no, that's a week after pro day. Yeah, no.
Pro day, not pro day, the combine. You getting invited to the combine, right? Is that how that work?
Yes. Yeah.
How many people get invited to the combine? Is there like a certain number? Or is it by a team?
I don't think it's a set number every year, but it's they invite whoever those guys they invite. So I don't know. Right. I don't think there's like a set amount.
Okay.
But I mean, you talking about
it's around 300.
300 each year.
And that's the one thing I was gonna say too is like getting to meet some of the guys, like some guys that you watch play, some guys you played against, like that you already know you played against a couple times being in college, but other guys that you watch play or see play, like that play your same position. Like I know, like my year, we met a bunch of guys. Like a lot of us are still cool now, so that's one thing. Like meeting some of the guys that play your position, and just like that was one thing that because we spend so much time around each other, and like you just sitting around, so like getting cool with. Some other guys, your position like that. I think that was pretty. That's one thing I took from it was being able to meet, the other guys playing a position, and being cool with guys that's getting drafted and going to the league. So that's one thing one of the positives too. And then also the interviews, like
the interviews. I mean, all the stuff help you out, but as a process, as a player, just from like
what kind of interview? You talking about like
with
coaches?
Teams. You meet with teams.
Okay. So you interview for a job?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's essentially a 4-day job interview.
Sweet acting like he didn't heard this for the first time.
Hey, listen,
I'm sure y'all done put him on.
Yeah, I know, but
I'm sure they done told they went. I'm sure they done told you.
That's why I said
what it was.
But okay, so this is something that I know I haven't asked before. Is it only all rookies? Like people straight out of college?
Yeah, straight out of college. Yeah. It's everybody straight out of college.
It ain't nobody else?
No. You straight out of college.
Yeah, they don't do that shit.
They don't go.
They don't fuck around like that.
No, it's only college. It's all out of college guys.
They not letting no Joe Schmoes pull up.
Yeah.
Overseas is different, but it's still
like you can't have already played in the league or played in professional.
That's what I was asking.
Right.
That's what I was asking.
No, it's all college. It's
all amateur.
It's all amateur.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah, because it's like agents and stuff. They have like agents, and then like companies have like booths. Like it's a whole. I'm sure from when I went way back in the 80s, like y'all like to say, I'm sure it's changed. A lot now, even from when I went to when he went. Like it's more of a show. Like it's more of a spectacle. But I mean, it's a long 4 days. Like it ain't like you just going there sitting around like doing nothing. Like they gonna keep you busy and going. It's a 4-day job interview.
Niggas spent a total of 8 hours in that room. Maybe.
Yeah.
Over the span, you there for what, 3 days?
3 or 4 days.
8 hours. That's a whole work shift.
Yep.
Yeah, for like 2 years.
No, because you in like 10, 11, and you back up at like 3 or 4.
Yeah. It's like
every
3 days.
morning.
It's like 3 days, 2 nights, but you only in that bitch for like to pack your bags.
And it's usually cold because I think
It's
they do
cold.
it later in February now, but it's usually cold in Indy.
It's cold as fuck out there.
Is it still even in Indy this year? They're still doing the Indy?
Yeah, of course. Of course they are. Come on now. I want to say they had
They want all that money, huh?
you see Marvin Harrison, he not doing nothing.
He's just there.
He said he not doing the combine.
He just gonna weigh in and get measured.
He might not do a pro day, bro. He ain't got no agent.
He gonna do it all himself?
That nigga said,
Good for him.
quit playing with me.
He ain't got no
Good for
agent.
him.
He Marvin
Good for
Harrison.
him.
He Marvin Harrison's son.
That's true.
Come on now.
I mean,
he
you
know,
know.
I'm sure he know what he
Is
doing.
he the number one receiver? Probably.
I would.
Yeah, hasn't hired an agent, bruh.
And isn't expecting to do so. You said that shit. I don't think I'm gonna do
standing on
it.
Hey,
business.
these young boys is different.
Yeah.
I'll give him that. Some of them in a good way.
Yeah.
Like we like to see this taking more control, taking more power in the hands of the athlete. You know what I'm saying?
And again, he got the support system to probably do so.
Yeah, he
So,
definitely does.
That's not the norm.
I mean, his name alone.
Exactly.
Right.
Especially in Indy.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
And he was balling. So it's just like, come on now. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not the norm.
He's not gonna do pro day either?
What?
I know he's not doing the combine. Is he not gonna do the pro day either?
He's not doing pro day.
He's not doing nothing.
He just showing up.
He said, hey, bro, y'all not finna. I'm the product.
Turn the film on.
He said, I'm the product. Boy, look.
Turn the
There
film
it
on.
is.
Turn that tape on.
Skip all forms of on-field testing, both at the combine and Ohio State's pro day, bro. He's doing it different.
I'm pulling up, cuz.
Shout out to the young man. I mean, of
Yeah.
course we expect to see,
Of course.
great things, but
Of course.
You know what? It's gonna be somebody that raises their draft status.
they said he's widely projected to be first non-quarterback selected in every.
Yeah, so he's a number one receiver.